Garnishing with ice. In this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at preparing two very useful garnishes with ice that both serve as a way of cooling a drink down and making it look absolutely beautiful. In particular, we'll be looking at how to prepare an ice ball and how to prepare ice shards. Let's start by looking at how to prepare an ice ball. When preparing an ice ball, it is best to start with a large chunk of beautiful clear ice. Now we can follow the steps when preparing an ice ball. Step 1. Cover your chopping board with a clean service cloth. This is to prevent the ice block from slipping and sliding around while you are working with it. You can now place the block of ice onto your service cloth. Step 2. Using an ice pick, start chipping a line down the center of the block of ice, dividing it into two halves. Step 3. Once the line is deep enough to hold the blade of a knife, place a sharp knife into the groove and use either a hammer or a rubber mallet to hit the knife. This will separate the block of ice. Step 4. Repeat the whole process with one of the halves to cut the block into quarters. Step 5. Place a clean service cloth into your left hand and pick up the quarter of ice with this hand. Step 6. Using your sharp knife, knock away pieces of ice from the quarter, shaping it into a round ball. A good tip while doing this is to do your best to knock the shards of ice into your well to avoid making a massive mess. Step 7. Once you have a roughly shaped ball in your hand, use a smaller knife to carefully shave away rough pieces of ice, smoothing it out beautifully. Lastly, Step 8. Once you feel that you have a ball of ice, you can then place it into a glass and spin it to test how smooth it is. If it is not perfectly smooth, simply continue to use the small knife to shave the ball until it is perfectly created. Because a ball has the smallest surface area of any shape, it takes the longest to melt, keeping your drink cooler for longer and also diluting the drink less than any other shape of ice. Now let's move on to making ice shards. Follow these steps to make ice shards for drinks. Step 1. Place a large block of ice onto a service cloth that has been placed onto a chopping board. Step 2. Using your ice pick, chip away at the block of ice until you have enough ice shards available. And lastly, Step 3. You can then use your ice tongs to pick up the shard that you wish to use and place it neatly into your glass. As I'm sure you can imagine, creating ice shards can be quite dangerous. Because of this, make sure that you are always very cautious. Safety always comes first. To make sure that you do this properly, make sure that you have enough time to prepare your ice shards so that you are not under pressure from guests who are wanting to place an order with you. In this lesson, we took a look at how to prepare an ice ball and how to prepare ice shards. Good luck putting this knowledge into use behind your bar.